Are you serious? Are you serious? Get some coffee and calm down. Let's get a Planet X update. All right. Now, the Huffington Post has printed an article where they talk about the 10th planet, which really what we've been calling the 9th planet because, of course, Pluto was demoted. All right. Well, they've also got an update on Planet X, and I think it's important I read this. Theories have, look, astronomers in the years leading up to 1846 noted that the planet Uranus was not appearing in its predicted positions based on the understanding of the solar system at that time, with consideration given for Newton's gravitational laws. Theories suggested that another planet, maybe an 8th planet at that time, was causing a gravitational pull, and they noticed in the orbit of Uranus. Neptune was later found after a systematic search in the predicted location in 1846 by Johann Begley in Berlin. All right, now in the years leading up to 1905, Percival Lowell, an American astronomer, noticed that yet another object seemed to be causing both Uranus and Neptune to be pulled out of their expected orbits. Something farther out was causing this in his view. So Lowell dubbed it Planet X. Now, he hunted for it unsuccessfully for the remainder of his life. But in 1930, Clyde Tombaugh, a man of slight stature but of incredible intellect, discovered the elusive Planet X using Lowell's prediction and algorithms. And thus, our 9th planet was found at that time. It was called Planet X. 1930. All right? Hang on a minute. Now, interesting note that the prediction of Pluto's approximate location was not based on valid data, as it turns out. So, Pluto's mass was lower than predicted, and the gravitational pull to the motions of Uranus and Neptune couldn't possibly explain by a planet as small as Pluto. So something else. So Pluto became Planet X, and then they called it Pluto. But then after watching the orbital rotation, the orbital path of Uranus and Neptune, they realized Pluto's too small and could not be causing the disruption of the path in which these planets were taking. So the discovery of Pluto in that location was just accidental, but is not the cause of the source of the 5 waves of energy. Well, let me read on. What could cause this unexplained motion of Uranus and Neptune? And many astronomers came to the conclusion that there had to be another more distant object orbiting the sun in our solar system. Theoretically, they would have to be traveling in a very elongated or eccentric orbits, others in circular or near circular orbits. So these objects cannot only explain the motions of Uranus and Neptune, but also explain why the outer solar system, far beyond Pluto, looked at it as it does. Beyond Pluto, there's a collection of objects orbiting the sun on a many thousand-year orbit path. So Planet X, of course, discovered by NASA in 1984, and there's a Washington Post article about that discovery. A team of scientists were put on the Planet X research and NASA kept giving us updates up until 1992. When the lead scientist died, we never heard another word again about Planet X from NASA until December of last year, 2015. And now Planet X is back on the table. Why? Because we're feeling the effects of it. The Earth is. Uptick in volcanoes, uptick in earthquakes, extreme weather conditions and patterns. And soon, according to a man, I cannot identify his name. I know his name. I even know right where he lives. He is very ill. And he shared with me last weekend that he worked for many years on the what's called the Nibiru Project. Now, this situation is this. Yes, earthquakes will continue to go up and more frequent over 6.0, and volcanic eruptions will continue. Since he told me that, we've had 2 eruptions simultaneously in the same day, and that was in Mexico with Popocatépetl, and in Alaska with Pavlov. Now, he says there'll be an increase in volcanoes, an increase in earthquakes over 6.0, which is the same thing that Mike from Around the World told us 2 years ago. But he said, but there will be lightning bolts that will literally come from the ground out as the gravitational pull comes up on the earth. And we're going to really begin to see this major uptick of this lightning bolt activity by December of this year, 2016. Now, this is information he shared. Well, now this has been confirmed by other researchers that there is something is affecting the Earth. Now, you can call it what you want to, Planet X. You can call it Nibiru. You can say it's wormwood on its way. A brown star, a dwarf star. But the Kuiper Belt is a large band of space in the solar system starting approximately at Neptune's distance of 30 AU and extending perhaps out to as much as 50 AU. Within the belt, there are likely millions of comets waiting to be pulled into our inner solar system. And something's causing that. And that could be, and probably is, the elusive Planet X. Well, we'll continue to keep an eye on these things. The only reason I bring it up is because when you read in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, first of all, if you go to Isaiah 24, it talks about a pole shift. It talks about the sounds of the apocalypse and the booming coming from the pit of the earth. And it talks about the earth is going to reel and rock like a drunken man. Now, those are all scientific explanations for a gravitational pull on our planet by Planet X. Now, Jesus goes on, and that's all in Isaiah 24. And matter of fact, the sounds of the apocalypse, they've been hearing them in Huntington, Indiana. About a year ago, about half the town heard it. In January, it was heard again. Now, I've been asked to come to Huntington, Indiana, and to hold a Bible prophecy conference. And I will be there at the First Nazarene Church there in Huntington, Indiana, on Saturday, April 23rd. That's Saturday, April 23rd. I'll be speaking at 3 p.m. and again at 6 p.m. Bring your notebook and pen. You'll need to gather the information. You might even hear the sounds of the apocalypse. They were heard again in January of this year. Certainly, it's going to be a powerful time, and I hope to see you there. All right, so don't miss it. In Huntington, Indiana. And you can go to my website if you go to the live show page and go ahead and register. It's a free conference. Just go there and let us know you're coming. Make the attempt to get there. This is going to be important, and I need to see you. This will be very important as it relates to the sounds of the apocalypse and a lot of other current world events and how it relates to Bible prophecy. 2 sessions I will speak. We'll cover everything from the building of the third temple to the Middle East madness to the current turbulence in the political realm of America and where this thing is going to Planet X and a whole lot more. I mean, a whole lot more. So please don't miss it. It's Saturday, April 20th. Excuse me, I said April 23rd. It's Saturday, April 30th. It's Saturday, April 30th in Huntington, Indiana. Don't miss this. Saturday, April 30th, Huntington, Indiana. I'll see you there. God bless.